Now she's in the middle of it. So then when my best friend ends up calling Nixon and cursing him out the way she did, they was like, they didn't understand, like, why are you going off on something? Why are you going off on us? And it's true. Yeah, he was wrong for telling, but they thought I knew about it. I said, no, I didn't. And you know how I know it's true? Couple of months before I ended up, before I ended up leaving completely from Tampa to Fort Myers, my best friend went to see her best friend in West Palm. And she told me her best friend and whatever dude she was messing with at the time all did a threesome. And I even went off. I said, why would you do it with her? Like, that's your best friend. You know that's going to put complications, because then she said after the threesome, she went into the room and the guy came in the room and tried to have sex with her, just her. He didn't want to have sex with the best friend. And she was like, she felt bad because the guy was telling her how better her stuff was than her best friend. So he wanted to get one more last dip in it or whatever. And I said, see, that's why you don't do things like that with your friends. Like, so in my head, I'm like, damn, like, but I asked her, like, would you do it again? She was like, she wouldn't do it again, because it kind of made her best friend, because her best friend ended up catching them sleeping together and tried to join, but the guy really wasn't feeling her best friend like that, so they ended up stopping all. And I guess the best friend didn't know why. Well, I guess you're gonna know why. So I was like, oh my God. So then I told my best friend, I was like, oh, you know what? And she was like, and I guess she was surprised that I believed her, but I was like, no, I believe you, because she had a threesome with her best friend that's in West Palm. And Jolene's eyes just opened and her mouth dropped. I said, see, I knew that she's always been like that, because she was always really possessive over me, but she knew I didn't swing that way. Like, I don't care what your sexual orientation is, like, but just don't try me. Like, we could be friends, we could hang out or whatever like that, and just don't try me like that, because if I tell you I don't go that way, don't think it's gonna happen, because that's not gonna happen. Like, I don't got nothing against that. I mean, you do what you do. If you the type of person that likes to swing with females and do what you do, hey, I'm happy for you. But just don't try me. So she was like, oh my gosh, she did it again. I said, yeah, that's why I believe you, but the whole having her menstrual thing, like, that's kind of disgusting. But there was like, she don't think that she knew until she actually probably left, and then that's when she figured out, probably. But that's why I was like, my best friend was wrong for that, because you knew this thing was true, and you was upset that he told the one that wasn't going to keep it a secret. But you could have told me. Like, I wouldn't have judged you for it. I would have been mad, because I'm like, why would you do it with them? Like, and as you can see, we ended up falling out during that year because of that whole situation. But I didn't know that they regularly did that. So then she goes to tell me, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to ask her when she gets here. So when she brings my daughter or whatever, we go on in the patio in the front or whatever, because she comes with and we all having a good time and whatever, and best friend's not acting weird or anything like that. And the guy that brings her up, he's nice or whatever. So it's just the three of us sitting outside on the porch. So I was like, so we all smoking. Just to get the moves relaxed. So I'm like, so Claudia, is there anything you want to tell me? Just like that. I said this to my best friend. So I'm like, is there anything you want to tell me? Like, secrets are all out or whatever. And she was like, no, what are you talking about? I was like, okay, so are y'all cool with each other? Like, are we going to start hanging out with each other? And she was like, yeah, there's no issues or anything like that. I was like, oh, okay. So then I was like, so the whole thing with the threesome thing, y'all want to clear this up right now, because I'm trying to figure out, like, why would Nixa say something like that if it's not true? And she's like, Jolene's like sitting on the, like, just give me the blood. I don't want to, just give me the blood so I can calm down, so I ain't got to worry about this. Like, because we all just sitting there like, what is Ludi trying to get to? So then I was like, so did the threesome really happen? And if it did, why didn't you tell me? So then one of the kids come and interrupt right when she says, she puts her head down and then she mumbles, well, I don't have to tell you everything. But I guess she didn't think I heard when she said that. So the kid I forgot what kid came, entered, whatever. And, and Jolene was like, well, we're good now. There's no animosity. I just wanted to apologize for everything that did happen, because I even talked to Nixon about it. I even talked to him about how that was wrong for him to even tell Yeelan's boyfriend at the time, because we knew, obviously, like, she was gonna tell. And she was like, yeah, we're cool or whatever. So I thought the whole thing was squished. I mean, like, not squished. I thought all beef was squashed, everything like that. So she ends up, like, calling me, she ends up calling me like a day or two later and was like, why did I do that? Why did I ambush her like that? She told me that it wasn't true. She didn't. I was like, look, I just was trying to figure out so y'all could be back on good terms, because you have my daughter and I want us all to be friends like we was together, like we were before that whole incident happened. But I just wanted to know if it was true or not. Well, she's like, well, it's not true. I don't know what they're telling you or what's going on.